Okay, here we are. Monarch, Season 1, Episode 5, entitled One Way Out. The only way out. But first, this is your spoiler warning. From here on out, I'll assume you've seen the episode or don't care if I spoil items in the episode. I will also be using clips from the show, as is provided for in the fair use provision of the copyright law of 1976. All right, let's dig in. So I guess we're getting to the heart of this season. And unfortunately, this is the first episode that I actually didn't particularly care for. I don't know how you felt about it. Let me know in the comments. I felt like, one, the writers started to disrespect us. We've been trusted as an audience all along until now this episode. Then we had to be spoon-fed. But okay, so we start off, everybody's captured, and for absolutely no reason, Monarch lets the kids go, gives them passports. They did say that May had her multiple passports on her, which I didn't know that we had. So the one was in the name of her sister, or at least the person she claimed to be her sister. So now the question becomes, is that really her? Or is she really May? Is that her sister? Is that just a code name? But before we get there, Monarch lets him go, says, oh, we're going to put him on a long leash and see where they lead us. And then we never saw how they're following them. We don't know that they're tagged. We didn't see any way that Monarch is actually following them. But anyway, Monarch must have given them a lot of money because they were given passports and tickets to Tokyo. I guess they traded in those for tickets to San Francisco. And apparently not too many people are going to San Francisco because not much San Francisco left. So we get a good look at the devastation caused on G-Day. We get a lot of why Kate is having post-traumatic stress. I already had enough of this in episode 1. I understood that she had an issue because she was there when Godzilla destroyed San Francisco. I didn't need another play-by-play. And then we did find out in this episode that Kate is two-timing her girlfriend. I guess the dark-haired girl we saw her in bed with is her actual girlfriend. And then the other teacher that gave her the key and decided that they were moving in together was the secret. But then the girlfriend says, are you going somewhere? Because Kate's packed some stuff. Is Kate just going to have two families, which would really make her a hypocrite for being mad at her father for doing the same thing? Or are we just supposed to accept that this family just does that? It's really a strange thing to set up to try and have to pay off. So I didn't like that we set her up like that. And the writers haven't figured out what they want to do with these mothers, these moms that figure out that their husbands have been cheating on them. The mom in Japan, I thought perhaps she knew, like maybe she didn't have hardened facts, but I think she had an idea. At least I thought that way, the way she dealt with Kate. And of course, she's from a culture where you're polite and respectful. Kate's mom in the U.S., her reaction made no sense. I thought he might be cheating on me, but... So anyway, they sneak into the destruction zone. Kate's mom conveniently can pass through the barricades to go collect people's personal items. And so they sneak in to go to Dad's office in San Francisco, and then between the things they had found in Japan and the things they found in San Francisco, they're able to piece things together. And, we get into some magic here. Now, I understand we're dealing with radioactive, atomic-powered monsters. So I'm supposed to suspend my belief or suspend my disbelief. But Ken takes a shrunken version of the map from Japan and lays it over the map of from San Francisco and marks dots. And then holds it up to the window where the sun graciously cooperates and beams through and creates lines that puts dots on the map so that they can see locations. Yep. And so they decide they have to go to Africa. This isn't even as good as the headpiece on the staff of Ra for Indiana Jones. It's like you could have just put something in the files on the cloud. And yes, it's correct. I mean, I had that thought. I don't know if I said it in the video that May wouldn't have only had the copies on her laptop, that she would have backed them up somewhere. And of course she did. Of course she has access to them. I have no trouble with them having access to the files. So when they were in captivity, the woman that works for Monarch gives May her card and says, I think we can help each other. May keeps the card and later calls and says, I want to go home. What do I have to do? So she's about to betray her friends. And that's where the episode ends. We didn't learn a whole lot in this episode. I mean, we learned that Kate has PTSD. We know that she's a lesbian now. We know that she's a cheat like her dad. Maybe in the next episode we'll find out that Ken is a cheat and like his dad. Now they did have that moment, and they are playing the fact that Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell are playing the same part, and they do look like father and son, where they show the video or the film of Lee Shaw in the 40s, and Lee Shaw is standing there, and they line up the faces so that you can see that it's the same guy. Now, that was pretty good. And the way he looks at Kate's grandmother, maybe he is their grandfather. Perhaps. I think we're going to see Godzilla again. How many episodes are there? So it is going to be a 10-episode season. So we're halfway done. So I think episode 6, we're going to learn something big. And then we'll find out, at least hints at or clues to, why Lee Shaw looks like he's in his 60s instead of his 90s. You know, whatever mission that went wrong that was. We'll find that out. Overall, I do like this series. I just wasn't a big fan of this particular episode because it was about a 20-minute episode that took 50 minutes to get done. What are you thinking? Let me know. That's it for this week. I'll see you next time. Till then, I'm Sean. This is Sean's Take.